So today we're going to bring it back to basics and talk about something that is often overlooked when it comes to improving your sleep, and that is your bedtime routine. So back in the day, before I was a sleep consultant, I had a horrendous bedtime routine. Basically, this is what my night would look like. I would work until about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then pour myself a huge glass of wine, plop in front of the television, and veg out to the housewives until I pretty much passed out from exhaustion. And then about an hour and a half later, I would wake up, drag myself off the couch, quickly wash my face and brush my teeth, and then hop into bed. Well, no wonder why I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it would take me hours to fall back to sleep. Everything about my bedtime routine was wrong, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So today, I want to talk to you about how to design a bedtime routine that's going to help to prepare your mind and your body for the rest you need to feel your best. So the first thing I want you to do when you start your bedtime routine, which should be about 30 to 60 minutes before you want to fall asleep, is to turn down that thermostat. The ideal sleeping temperature is somewhere between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So on average, it should be around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I know that sounds really cold, but our body is actually looking for that cue to know that it's nighttime so that it would start to produce melatonin. If you think about it, back in the caveman days, we slept outside, and what happened at night? It became dark and cool. So as a result, our body is looking for a reduction in body temperature by about 2 degrees in order to know that it's nighttime and produce melatonin. So a really easy way to do that is just to knock that thermostat down. If you're one of those people that needs to watch television or surf the net or Instagram a bit before you fall asleep, I'm not telling you not to do that. I just want to make sure that you're not doing that within an hour of your bedtime. The reason why is the blue light from your screens is going to tell your brain that it's daytime. And your brain is going to produce cortisol, the alert hormone, instead of melatonin. Now, I know I've explained this 1,000 times before in past vlogs, blogs, so I'm not going to get into a lot of detail. You can check out a previous blog that I wrote about blue blockers to learn a little bit more about how our circadian rhythm works. But anyway, the point is if that is something that you need to do, like I said, I get it. I used to be that person. I still am. I still like to watch television before I go to bed. If you are going to watch television or be on a screen at all, make sure you turn it off, like I said, about 60 minutes before bed, and wear blue blockers. And not any old blue blockers. You want to wear blue blockers that block about 95% or more of the blue light. They should have red or amber lenses. All right, so we've established that we want to avoid blue light, right? Well, I want to take it a step further. You want to try to minimize as much light exposure an hour before bedtime as possible. Because again, think about it. Back in the caveman days, we were sleeping outdoors and there was no light at all. Our bodies are looking for an absence of light to signal that it's nighttime and produce melatonin. So be really cognizant when it comes to the lights around your house. Make sure you're dimming all the lights. Try to use lamps instead of overhead lights, because the overhead light that's shining above you, your body's going to think it's high noon, because what happens around noon, the sun is high in the sky and shining directly upon you. So try to use table lamps instead, especially when you enter your bathroom. Bathrooms are bright, and we want them bright during the day while we're getting ready, but not at night. What I like to do is use a candle instead when you're doing your hygiene, the hygiene portion of your bedtime routine. Or another little trick is to keep the lights off in your bathroom and just turn the hallway light on. You'd be surprised how much you can get done with very little light. And that's going to make a huge impact when it comes to your sleep. There is a recent study to show that in children, that when they were exposed to a dim light, even a dim light right before bedtime, it suppressed their melatonin by 90%. Now, I'm not sure what it does in adults. I'm sure the research is out there, but chances are it's going to have a similar effect. So why not give your body all of the advantages possible and make sure that when you're getting ready, those lights are low, and better yet, as I mentioned before, use a candle. All right, so now that I have you in your bathroom, a good way to start your bedtime routine is to take a warm bath or shower. And the reason why is because this is gonna heat up your body. But as soon as you get out, your body temperature is going to lower, and that's going to help with the thermal cooling that triggers melatonin. And better yet, if you are going to take a bath, throw in some Epsom salt. Epsom salt contains magnesium, and magnesium is a mineral that most of us aren't getting enough of. Research shows that 75% of us aren't meeting the daily recommended amount of magnesium. And although you might be taking a magnesium supplement, I know a lot of people with sleep issues are, magnesium is actually best absorbed through the skin. So an Epsom salt bath is a very effective way to help to fill that magnesium void. Magnesium is essential for the relaxation of your brain and body. My current favorite Epsom salt soak is by Dr. Teal's. They have this soak that smells amazing. So it's Epsom salt, melatonin, and lavender. I absolutely love it. So after you're out of your bath, it's time to do your hygiene, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on your lotions. So when it comes to your skincare, I would recommend looking for skincare products that help to induce a sleepy feeling. And those are going to be products that contain essential oils and scents such as lavender, chamomile, or any woodsy scent, because those scents have been proven in studies to help to elicit a feeling of rest and relaxation and calmness. So the next step is to put on your PJs. When it comes to what you wear to bed, I would recommend choosing pajamas that are made of natural fibers such as linen, organic cotton, or tinsel. The reason why these materials are breathable, and they also wick moisture, and this is going to help you to maintain that cooler body temperature and prevent those nasty night sweats. Now, my favorite pajamas are JJ Winks. They're so comfortable. Most of them are made of either organic cotton or tinsel. And the thing I really like about them is they have a lot of sleeveless options. If you're perimenopausal like me and prone to night sweats, sleeveless pajamas are key because you can throw your arms outside of your covers in the middle of the night and help to cool yourself down. Now let's talk about creating a sleep environment that's going to put you in the mood for rest and relaxation. I promise you, I'm not going to talk to you anymore about lights. By now, you probably get it. You want to keep the lights low and avoid your screen, so make sure you're doing that. But a couple other things that you can do to create a sleepy mood would be to burn some calming essential oils, like the ones I talked about earlier, in a diffuser. You can also turn on an air purifier. I've been using an air purifier lately by Fitwada, and I absolutely love it. Usually this time of year, I have issues with my allergies. A lot of times I'll wake up in the morning with a migraine just because of all the pollen in the air. And since I've been using this air purifier, it's a HEPA filter air purifier, I have not woken up once with a headache. I'm not sure if there's a connection, but you better believe I'm going to continue to run it nightly. And there's actually a lot of research to show that clean air equals good sleep. One peer-reviewed study by SleepSure Labs showed that 93% of participants who were using a HEPA air purifier at night found that they slept better and longer. And as it goes without saying, this is because air purifiers help to remove allergens in our environment, such as pet dander, dust mites, mold. All these things can cause symptoms such as coughing, stuffy nose, sneezing. The National Sleep Foundation estimates up to 50% of Americans suffer from allergy symptoms that can keep them awake at night. So now that you've set the mood for sleep, it is time for the fun part. It's time to relax. Now, if you already don't have one, I would recommend getting a nice comfy chair and putting it in your room so that you can conduct this portion of your bedtime routine. The reason why I like to do it in your room is because you don't really want to risk overstimulating yourself or falling asleep in another part of the house, because as soon as you wake up, you're going to feel energized and it's going to be hard for you to fall asleep. You want to, if you do start to get sleepy, you want to be really close to your bed so you can just hop into bed. And I recommend waiting until you feel that really sleepy feeling before you even get into bed. The reason why is if you go into bed too soon and you have a hard time falling asleep, you're going to start stressing out and your body's going to turn on the fight or flight autonomic nervous system, and your body's going to start to produce cortisol, which is the alert hormone. And obviously that's not what we want when we're ready to go to bed. So get yourself a chair and then sit in your chair and do something relaxing. It can be really helpful to do something that we know has been proven to put you in a state of rest and digest. And two activities that have been proven by research to do just that are deep breathing or meditation. Currently, I am addicted to this app called Breathwork, and they have a lot of quick breathing exercises that are designed specifically for sleep. I highly recommend checking it out. So once you've done something to kind of decompress, now I would recommend just relaxing by either reading a book. If you want to use an e-reader, make sure that you're using a Kindle that is the Paperwhite Kindle so that you don't get that blue light exposure. You can listen to a podcast. You can talk to your partner. You can just sit there and relax. And once you feel that sleepy feeling, you feel like sleep is knocking on your shoulder, that's the time you want to jump into bed. And then once you're in bed, just enjoy the comforts of your bed. Feel your sheets, feel your mattress and your pillow, and tell yourself how much you love sleep. You could do a couple more deep breaths and then think about something that went well during your day, something that you want to dream about, or a recent vacation or memory that just gives you those nice cozy feelings. And then hopefully you should be prepared to drift off to sleep pretty quickly. And if you don't, that's when you're gonna want to do the just don't lie there. Now, I am going to record a vlog on this practice, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you're not already signed up for my newsletter, you can sign up for my newsletter on Kelly Murray Adult Sleep, and you will get my guide to Just Don't Lie there. So I hope that these tips on how to craft a relaxing and peaceful and sleep-inducing bedtime routine help you to get the sleep you need to feel and be your best.